How would you feel if you could learn to design a blog like this one or any kind at all? In this video, I'll show you how I built this blog from scratch so that you can do the same. Some of the things you'll learn in this video are getting a domain name and hosting, installing WordPress, understanding the WordPress dashboard, installing and customizing your theme, how to create blog posts that are well optimized for search engines, how to get your website crawled and indexed by Google, how to install Google Analytics to your website so that you can monitor the number of visitors your blog gets. Are you interested in learning all these? Then keep watching this video till the end. Alright guys, so here we are at Namecheap, and Namecheap is actually a domain name registrar, and it also offers web hosting services at really affordable rates. And for this tutorial, I'm going to be designing our blog or website using the Namecheap web hosting service, and I'm going to get my domain name and as well as hosting using Namecheap. So this is the home page of Namecheap, but what I'm going to do is actually to go to hosting, and I'm going to click on shared hosting, which actually harbors the least expensive host. And I'm doing this mostly because this tutorial is simply for educational purpose, and I may not really use this website after I'm done creating it. So here is the shared hosting plans, and as you can see, the Stellar plan goes for $1.58 per month, which is actually a discounted price. The actual price goes by $2.88 per month, and these discounted prices are available on the yearly plan, but for this tutorial, I'm going to go for the monthly plan, and for the monthly plan, there are no discounts. And as you can see, with the Stellar plan, I'm going to get 20 gigabytes of storage, and I can host up to 3 websites using this the Stellar plan. And other features included in the Stellar plan are unlimited bandwidth, free website builder, domain name and privacy protection, free automatic SSL installation, and a 30-day money back guarantee. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and click on Get Started. Now, of course, web hosting works together with domain name. And so here I'm asked to connect a domain name to the hosting plan, and I'm asked to connect either a new domain name or an existing domain name. And since I'm going to be registering a brand new domain name, I'm simply going to click on new domain name, and I'm going to click on new purchase, and from here I'm going to click on search for domain just to make sure the domain name is available. And the domain name I want to use is gloriachimezie.com. And guys, as you can see, gloriachimezie.com is actually available. So I am simply going to, all right, I'll click on connect to hosting, and right here I'm going to click on add to cart. All right, so we are here at this page, and the domain registration is for 1 year. If you want to auto renew your registration after 1 year, you can check this. I'm going to leave it off. So here they are giving us a WhoIsGuard protection, which actually protects our privacy, so that when someone tries to look up the owner of your website or your blog, your personal details will be protected. And thankfully, Namecheap offers this for free. Many other web hosting providers actually leave it as an add-on premium feature that you can add when registering your domain name. So this is a Stellar plan, and yes, I will leave it at 1 month. And there are other add-ons here that they are showing us, and I'm going to leave all of them. And you can see here, I think this SSL certificate is actually the premium one, but they have free SSL packaged alongside your Stellar plan. So I'm going to ignore all this and click on confirm order. All right, so here we are, and I don't have an account with them already, so I'm going to create an account here. I'll type my username. All right, so I've created accounts, and that's going to take me through the process of setting up my account. And here I'm going to fill in my details. All right, so I'm going to click on continue. All right, so I'm going to just click on save the configuration above to my default checkout settings. And you can only do this if the address and name you used are also the same as the addresses you use for your credit card information or bank information. So I'm going to click on continue because in my case, they are the same. Right here, I'm going to click on add new card and click on card. So once I've entered my credit card details, under renewal settings for your purchase, you can decide to automate the renewal of your domain name and your hosting service. But I'm going to leave it at that and just click on continue. So this is the order review, and I'll check the box, the terms and agreement box, and then click on pay now. And here we are. So the order has been processed, and this is the purchase summary showing us the domain name registration and the Stellar hosting. All right, so since this is done, I'm going to click on my profile username here, and under the drop down menu, I'm going to click on dashboard, and that should log me into my dashboard. So guys, on my dashboard, I have the products here. This is the domain name, and this is Stellar hosting, and also the positive SSL certificate. You notice that the SSL certificate is already active. I'm going to click on manage. So under manage, I'll click on products. So under products, I have the Stellar and the positive SSL. Under the Stellar, I'm going to click on manage the Stellar hosting. Okay, so here is my Stellar hosting, and here they will show me the resources. I'm going to go to my cPanel, and guys, the cPanel is where the magic happens. That should take us to a completely different window. All right, so guys, here on my cPanel, this is where I'm going to be installing my website. The app or the content management system we're going to use to be creating this blog is the WordPress CMS, and I can actually locate it from this Softaculous apps installer. I can locate the WordPress app from there, but let me check down also. All right, so under files, this is where you manage your files. This is where you have your databases, MySQL, PHP, MyAdmin. This is where you manage your domains, your domain name servers, and all that. This is where you manage your email addresses. For instance, if you want to have an email address that goes by admin at your domain name.com, this is where you create the email account. And this is the metrics. This shows you the visitors coming to your website, the analytics, but we won't be needing this because on our website we'll have other tools we can use to view these metrics. And as far as SSL goes, this is where under SSL/TLS, this is where we manage our SSL certificate. But before we do that, we're going to check if SSL is active on this domain, and that's by clicking on SSL/TLS status. All right, guys, as you can see, we do not have SSL certificates installed on our domain name yet, and we're going to fix that in a bit. So guys, but before we actually do any SSL installation on this domain name, we are actually going to first of all launch our website. And one of the things I want you to notice about this SSL is that we have the Namecheap SSL here also. And I think this should be the one that they gave us free of charge alongside our domain name and web hosting registration. So to launch our website, WordPress website, we can do that by clicking on WordPress, which is under the software group. And let me see what we have here. So also under the software Coolers apps installer, we also have WordPress here. And there are a couple of other apps here like the PrestaShop, the Joomla, and many of them like that. So if you want to install your WordPress website for your blog, you can easily click on WordPress here or click on this software Close Apps Manager. Also, you will find WordPress there. So, but for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to go to this WordPress logo here under the software Close Apps Installer group, and I'm going to click on it. So guys, that brings us to this page, and you are going to be surprised at how fast it is to create a website with WordPress. So right now, what I'm going to do is simply to click on Install Now, and that will bring me to this page. So it will be asking the version you want to install. That by default will install the latest version of WordPress. And the installation URL will be HTTPS. I'm going to use the HTTPS protocol and gloriachimezie.com. If I have more than one domain name registered under Namecheap, it will be listed here. But in this case, this is the only domain name I have. So yes, that is what I'll be leaving by default. All right, so in the directory, you would want to leave this place blank. Here under site settings, we have the option of writing our site name and description, but I'm going to leave this because we'll still be able to change it once we launch our WordPress website. And this is where you create your admin username and password. And guys, this area is very, very important because this is the username and the password you are going to use to be logging into your WordPress website or blog. And this username and password has to be really, really secured. So you should use a username that you can remember. So I'm going to create my own username here. And guys, also make sure that you use a password that is really strong, a combination of uppercase, lowercase, characters, and numbers. Make it really strong and unpredictable. That will also give you an added layer of security. So in this case, I'm going to type my own password. All right, so for the admin email, I am going to change it to the email address that I actually can receive notifications from and I have access to, because if there is any important updates or any unusual activity going on your website, that will be the email that they're going to send you notification to. So you would really want it to be an email address that you have immediate access to. So I'm going to change this admin email to my email. And of course, you can still change this email from once you launch your website. So here the language is English, which is okay. And I think that is all for now. So WordPress works with themes, and themes are a kind of pre-designed websites that you can choose from, and boom, your website is good to go. So for now, I am not going to bother myself about the theme because this is something that we can do once we launch our website. And I will just click on one here. So guys, this is really optional. So I'm just going to click on install. All right, it's saying my password strength must be greater than 80, which means it's saying I have a weak password. So I'm going to try and make it stronger. And guys, our website is installing, and let's just give it some minutes. So guys, our WordPress installation was successful, and this is our website URL, and our administrative URL is this one, which is a URL we'll use to log into the back end of our website. So I'm going to click on it, or I'll right click and open it in a new tab. All right, guys, so this is our WordPress dashboard, and this is where the magic happens. And this is where we're going to be controlling the entire look and functionality of our website or blog. So right now, let's check to see what our website looks like. So I'll go to my blog here and click on visit websites. So guys, we have gloria@gmail.com. Our website is already protected. It already has SSL installed on it. If you recall, we didn't do anything to install this SSL certificate, and I'm actually impressed. This is the first time I'm trying out Namecheap, and I'm actually impressed that it automatically installs this SSL without us having to do any work. And the essence of an SSL certificate is just to encrypt the information that visitors enter into our website, whether it's a visitor entering their domain name, entering their credit card information, or signing up for a newsletter. We want to make sure that their information is safe. And actually, Google has made it mandatory. And you will know that a website is secure when you see this padlock icon right next to the domain address bar. So when you click on it, you're going to see this drop down telling us that the connection is secure, which means that your information, for example, password or credit card numbers, is private when it is sent to this site. The certificate is valid and stuff, the cookies that are in use and stuff like that. So guys, thank you, Namecheap. I'm actually impressed. All right, so now this is a website, and we are going to go back to the back end, which is actually called the WordPress dashboard, to learn more about our dashboard. So to do that, all you need to do is to click on this address bar, put a slash, and put WP dash admin. All right. So this is if you're logged out of your website. Once you do this, it will take you to your WordPress dashboard. But since we are already logged in, and you can see it by this particular panel above our website, I'm simply going to click on my blog here and click on dashboard, and this will take us to our WordPress dashboard. So guys, here is our WordPress dashboard, and the first thing I would want to show us is to explain what the things you're looking at, all these menus right here, what they do, to make you familiar with the WordPress dashboard and how to use it to design and create your website or your blog. And pardon me if I use website and blog interchangeably. I know that a blog is a website, actually is a kind of website. There are different types of websites, just like you have e-commerce websites. You also have a blog, and you have forums, so there are really different kinds of websites out there. But in this case, what we are going to be creating actually is a blog. Here, the screen you see here is just the area. On this screen, by default, we get notifications if there are kind of marketing or adverts from any plugin that we have installed on our WordPress website. And some of them might be premium, and some of them might want you to give them feedback on your experience with their plugin. So here we have the site health status, and here we have a quick draft, just in case you want to do a quick draft for your blog posts, but I don't usually use this. And at a glance, this is a cool feature telling you how many blog posts you have, how many comments you have on any blog post you've already published, and the number of pages you already have. And guys, I've not done anything on this blog, and this pages, 6 pages, this one post is here by default. And under activity, this is where this shows us the recent activities we do. And here is like a news center for WordPress, where we see what WordPress is up to all over the world. So that is it for this. This particular screen is something that you shouldn't really concern yourself with that much. So now let's go down to business by really going to understand this WordPress dashboard. So let's start from the topmost panel. All right, right here at the right corner at the top, you have your profile. Just in case you want to log out of your dashboard, you can simply go here and log out. Click on log out, and then you will be logged out of your dashboard. And then here at the topmost left, we have the name of your website and a little drop down that says visit site. And when you click on it, it's going to take you to your website's front page. And this is a shortcut for comments. And here we have another shortcut for adding a new post, a new media, a new page, or a new user. And this is a plugin shortcut. I think it's a Kaking plugin or so that came pre-installed with this version of WordPress. All right, guys, so already the dashboard is active, and this is the home page of the dashboard. And as you can see, the home menu is active, and right under the home menu we have updates. And if we click on updates, this is going to show us if there are any themes or plugins on our website that we need to update. And also, WordPress as an app or a content management system usually releases updates from time to time. And currently we have the latest version of WordPress, but in the future they are also likely to release another update. And when that happens, you are going to update to the latest version from here. And also under plugins, it's telling us that we have one plugin that needs to be updated, which is this W3 Total Cache, and that is a plugin that I think has its shortcuts at the top menu here. And to update a plugin on WordPress is very simple, and I'm going to explain to you what plugins really are in the future. But for now, once you want to update, you can just click on the plugin you want to update and hit update plugin. For now, I'm going to leave it because there will be another scenario where we are going to see this again. All right, so the next menu we have here under dashboard is posts. And once you hover your mouse pointer on posts, you're going to see a side menu come up. And the first one is all posts. And that is going to show you all the blog posts you have on your website. With WordPress, it's really easy to start blogging, because when WordPress was developed, it was originally a blogging platform, but currently it has evolved and has become so advanced that you can literally use it to create any kind of website at all. So if you want to add a new blog post to your blog, all you need to do is to hit on posts and click on add new. And then you need to also create categories to arrange your blog posts. Think of categories as folders on your desktop, right? You want to arrange your blog posts into different subject matters. For instance, let's say that this blog is about my various interests, and I have interests in web design, and I have interest in blogging. Maybe I also have interest in productivity tools and software. I can create categories on web designing, blogging, productivity tools. And then each time I write a blog post on web designing, I'll make sure that I file that blog post under the web designing category. And tags are also words or phrases that you attach to a particular blog post, and it has to be related to that particular blog post as a way of showing people and also search engines what your blog is all about. And you can look at tags as hashtags as you have on social media. So let's cut all this story and go click on all posts so that we can see this in action. All right, so here we have our blog post, and as you can see by default, this is the only blog post created by WordPress, and the title is Hello World. From here also, you can create your new blog post just in case you want to by clicking on Add New here. So you can see that in the WordPress dashboard, there are more than one way to do a particular thing. For instance, to create a blog post, I've already shown you about 3 ways to create a new blog post on WordPress, and that is by clicking here, or you click on the new tab here and click on post. These 3 ways will still land you to the same thing. Later on in this tutorial, we're going to go more advanced into how to create blog posts, but for now I just want you to understand the different menus that we have in the WordPress dashboard. Guys, the third menu we have here is the media, and once we hover on the media, we have 2 sub-menus, and that is library and add new. The library will lead us to where we have the collection of all the media on our blog, and add new is where we can go to when we want to upload a new media. And when I talk of media, I'm talking about photos or videos or files and stuff like that. So let me click on library. So guys, this is our library, and currently we have no media here. And you guessed right, just in case you also want to add a new media, you can still do it from within your media library by clicking on add new here. Yes, I'm going to close this stuff here. Good. So you can add a new media to your WordPress website from the add new tab right here, or as a submenu right under the library submenu. So maybe let's try to add something. We're going to click on add new. So that takes us to this page. I'm going to click on select files. So I am going to choose a particular media from here. So maybe I'll choose this WordPress image and then click on open. So this is our media right here, already uploaded to our website. So we can always use this media anywhere on our website. We can attach it to blog posts, we can attach it to pages, we can attach it anywhere we want. All right, so guys, that is it for media. Now the next menu is the pages menu, and once we hover on it, we also have 2 submenus. And guys, just like we did with posts, the all pages will show you all the pages you have on your website. And in case you want to create a new page, you can simply click on add new here. So here I'm going to click on all pages here to see the default pages that WordPress already created. We can of course delete them if we want, and from here we can see that we have an about page, a blog page, contact page, home page, privacy policy page, products page, sample page, and all that. So these are here by default. We would edit it and delete the ones we don't need, or edit the ones we need, because this is tailored to the theme that came pre-installed with this website. All right, and if you want to add a new page, of course, you guessed it right. You can do it from here or here. All right, so guys, the next menu we have here is the comments menu, and this is where you manage your comments. WordPress makes it very easy to manage comments and for people to comment on your website. And I know that there are a lot of spammy people trying to spam your comment section, but thankfully with WordPress, you have the chance to either approve or disapprove any comment that is spammy or doesn't go according to your comments guidelines. So let's click on comments. And this is a comment. As you can see, this one comment we can decide to is already approved by default. We can decide to unapprove it. We can decide to reply to the comments, which is good practice. When you write a blog post and someone comments reasonably on your blog post, you should approve it. And not only should you approve it, you should reply the comment. We can also even edit the comment, and if we see a comment that is spammy, we can mark it as spam. And finally, we can decide to trash a comment, that's delete it. And guys, the next menu we have here is the appearance menu. This is a really very important menu as far as WordPress is concerned. This is because the appearance menu is where you get to control the entire look of your website. From once you hover on the appearance menu, you notice about 5 submenus here, and that is the themes, customize widgets, menus, and theme editor. And the themes submenu is where you go to install and manage your WordPress theme. And customize is where you can customize your theme or the design of your website. And so a widget is a block of content that you can add to your website's sidebar or footer, or even the header section of your website. And we also have the menus submenu, and this is where you can create and arrange the menus on your website. And here we have the theme editor. Honestly speaking, guys, you don't want to tamper with this particular submenu. This is especially for the developers and should not be tampered with. So by the time we start installing themes and customizing the look of our website, you will see the appearance menu in action. But for now, we are just going to go right ahead and see what all the menus on WordPress is really all about. So the next one is plugins. Now, guys, plugins is what actually makes WordPress a powerful content management system. And currently, there are over 50,000 plugins in WordPress. And what plugins do is that they add additional functionality to your WordPress website. So if you can think of any function you would want your website to have, there is probably a plugin for that. So here we have the installed plugins, the add new plugin, and the plugin editor. And I'm going to click on installed plugins. And guys, these plugins I'm looking at right here came by default with this WordPress installation. And but this is the page that will show you all the plugins you have installed on your website. And like I was telling you previously, when we were looking at the updates shortcut, and where you're going to be seeing anything that needs to be updated, whether themes or plugins or WordPress. and I didn't want to install the W3 cache from there, I told you that there would be another place we can update our plugin, and that is from the installed plugin section. So right here we can see that the W3 cache needs an update, and we can simply click on update now and have our W3 total cache updated. So it's already updated, and you can see how easy it is to install, to update a plugin, and it doesn't even take up to a minute most times to update a plugin. And guys, if you want to add a new plugin, of course, you can click here or here, and that is it about plugins. I will be showing you some essential plugins that you need to have installed on your website. And of course, some of these plugins we have here, I will be deleting some of them myself because I would not be actually needing it for this website. But for now, this is what you should know about plugins. They add additional functionality to your website, and they are the reason WordPress is so powerful and can create almost any kind of website anyone would want. For instance, if you want to create an e-commerce website, there's a plugin called WooCommerce that when you install it on your WordPress website, you would add the e-commerce functionality to your website. And also, there is a plugin called BodyPress, and BodyPress can turn your website into a social networking website like Facebook, and tons of them. So, but for the sake of this tutorial, this is a blog, and I will still be installing some plugins. But for now, I just want to give you a walkthrough to understand what the WordPress dashboard is all about. So for plugin editor, just like I told you about the theme editor, you should not tamper with it because it harbors the code of a plugin. So right here, the next menu we have is the users menu, and we have three submenus here: all users, add new, and profile. When you click on all users, you're going to be seeing all the users that can have access to this website. For now, I am the only one here, but just in case maybe you are someone who wants to also add a staff or a writer or editor to this website so that the person will be able to, post on your blog, this is where you can do that. So you can click on add new and then create a username for the person. Let the person have and input the email address of the person, fill in the names, and then create a password for the person. And very importantly, you ascribe the role of the person. The role is really important because determines the level of rights and access the person has to your website. You should be the only one who has administrator role on your website, which means you can overwrite anything that any other user can do to your website. If you make a user to be an editor, the person can access all the blog posts on your blog and edit it maybe for grammatical errors and stuff like that. And if you want to ascribe the author role, this will also give the person the access to posts on your website. And if you ascribe the contributor role, the person would only be able to post her blog, but she will not be able to publish a blog post on your website. Before the blog post of a contributor is published, you will need to approve it as an administrator or an editor. So guys, you should be careful when creating roles here so that You don't give unnecessary access to someone. And then, of course, if the person doesn't know what is, you can end up messing things up for you. All right, so guys, that's it for users. And here we have profile, and this is where you can go to edit your profile. Okay, so you can ascribe your first name, your last name, and the admin email address. This was the one we created when we were trying to launch our WordPress website. And this is where you can write a bio, a short summary about yourself, and most times it will be visible at the end of every blog post. So let's say I'll say Gloria is a web designer, blogger, and YouTuber. She uses this medium to share her knowledge with the world. For now, maybe I'll leave it like that. So yeah, you can leave a profile picture. I have this picture on my Gravatar profile, so guys, it's detecting that picture. But most times for you, this place is going to be blank. In that case, you have to create an account with Gravatar and upload your picture, and WordPress will be able to detect it, and your profile picture will be available here. And just in case you want to change the password you created when you were launching your website, this is where you go to it. And if you made any changes here, you should make sure you click on update profile so that your profile will be updated. And guys, just so you know, this profile right here, you can still access it by going to the topmost left corner of your WordPress dashboard. And when you click on it, you can click on edit profile and it will still bring you to the same page. So just so you know that. All right, so the next menu we have here is tools. I've never used these available tools, import, export. But what I've used under these tools is actually the site health. If your site is unhealthy or at risk in any way, this is where you can go to check. I think there is also a shortcut on the WordPress home dashboard. And here we will see if our site is at any risk. So for now, it's good. And although he's recommending 3 improvements, which is to remove inactive plugins, remove inactive themes, and he's saying my site is running an older version, but they are not security challenges, so it's all good. All right, so the next menu we have here is a settings menu, and this is actually a very important menu also, and we are going to be tackling it one after the other. The first submenu we have under the settings menu is the general submenu, and I'm going to click on it right now so that we check it out together. All right, guys, so this is the general settings. And if you remember pretty well, when we were about to launch our website, we saw something like site title there in tagline, and I told you to ignore it, that we can still be able to change it once we we launch our website within our WordPress dashboard. And guys, this is it under the general settings. We can change our website title and the tagline. It is really important to carefully name your site title and tagline because search engines pick it up. This gives them an indication of the keywords that your website is targeting and what your website is really about. So for now, instead of my blog, I'm going to just write glorious glorious blog. So for tagline, this is now where I'm going to take advantage to optimize for search engines. And I'm going to write things like web design, and I will put a demarcation and write blogging, and also another demarcation, and then I'll write productivity. So this should give search engines an idea of what this website is all about. And this is my website URL, https slash gloriachimeze.com and all that. So this is my administrator email address, and this was the address we used when we were launching our website also. And I will leave this because this is not a membership website. And then here I'll leave it. I like this date format, so I'm going to leave it at that. The time format is also okay for me. And week starts on Monday, no problem. So I'm going to just click on Save Changes. Okay, so the next submenu we have is writing, and we're going to click on it right now. All right, so this is where you can manage settings for your blog. And for now, what we have here is that the default post category is uncategorized. Guys, what this means is that if you publish a blog post without assigning a category to it, it is automatically going to assign that blog post to the uncategorized category. And that is not really something to worry about because you can always reassign it to any category you want. So for now, this is some stuff that I've never tampered with before. So I'm going to go to the next submenu, and that is reading. So here, there are two settings for the home page. We have settings for our latest posts to be displayed as our home page. And we also have another settings for a static page to be used as our home page. So currently with the theme that came pre-installed with this website, let's visit our website. So this is our website, and this is the theme that came pre-installed with the website. So this is the home page, and it has a blog menu separate. So guys, if we say that we want the latest posts to be displayed as our home page and not a static page, and then we save these changes, let's refresh our website and see what happens. So guys, this is it. This is the only blog post we have, and that is why this is just there, because we chose the option of displaying our latest blog post on our home page. All right, so I'm going to leave it at that. If you choose to choose a static page, then you should make sure that you choose the home page, and then choose the post page as a blog page. All right, so I'm going to still show you how to do this in detail by the time we start designing our blog. All right, so for now, these settings are okay, but I'm going to choose for each post in a feed include just the summary. And guys, don't tamper with this. If you ever mistakenly check this, that means you are telling search engines, that means you don't want to appear on search engines. You don't want your blog or your website to appear on Google, which is a total disaster for someone who wants to run a blog. So please leave this unchecked and click on Save Changes. On the next submenu we have is the discussion submenu. Alright, so guys, I think that all the settings here is somewhat okay by default. And when you create your blog, you can check them out yourself. But for now, I think they are all okay by default. And so I'm going to go to the next submenu. All right, so this is where you have the settings for images on your website. We have three sizes for images on our website, and that is the thumbnail size, the medium size, and the large size. So the thumbnail size is more like the small image that may just appear, when listing blog posts and stuff like that. And it's 150 by 150 pixels. And I think it's okay, nothing to change there. And the next submenu we have here is the permalinks submenu, which is a very important submenu in WordPress, because here we can see that we have different permalink structures, and a permalink is simply a short form of saying permanent link, because every URL assigned to a post or page is actually permanent. And the way it is structured is really important. First, for the user, and then for search engines. So here we have a plain permalink, which after your domain name / you have some characters that doesn't make sense to both humans and search engines. And then we have the day and name, which means that after your domain name, we have 2020, that's the date / the name of the blog post. Name, guys, what you should check in this place is the post name. So make sure that the post name is checked, because that will make it very easy for people to, remember your URL. For instance, if I have a page named contact, that means that my permalink structure will be my domain name / contact, which is pretty more easier than having the dates and all that before contact. So just the only thing you should do here is make sure that you have the post name option checked, and then you can save changes. Now guys, the next submenu we have here is the privacy submenu. And this is simply where you go to choose the page for your privacy policy, and you could do that anytime. So that is all for now. As far as these other ones are concerned, these are menus from plugins that I'm still going to actually remove most of them, because we won't be needing them. So guys, this is it. This is all about the WordPress dashboard. I hope you find it easy to understand, easy to use. Is actually pretty much easy, and that ease of use is what has made it one of the most popular content management systems in the world today. All right, so guys, it's time to upload a theme to this blog. Before we do that, let's just see how the theme looks like. I'll click on visit site. I want to open on a new tab. All right, so this is our website right now, and it has a lot of mumbo jumbo from the theme it came with. All right, so we're going to go back to our dashboard and head over to appearance and themes. Alright, so guys, WordPress usually comes with some default themes, and that is the 2020 theme, the 2019 theme, and the 2017 theme, and this one that came with our WordPress installation. And we are going to look for a theme for our blog. There are about 3 ways to find a theme for our blog. First is by going to the WordPress directory, and to do that we are going to click on add new. I'm going to close up these adverbs here as well as this. Good. So now we are at the WordPress directory, and these are all themes that we can use on our blog depending on the one we want. You can see right here that there are so many themes. So currently we are on featured, but I want to go to popular ones, and so many themes here. And guys, sometimes it can get overwhelming trying to choose a theme for your blog. I'm going to go up and type blogging so that I can see some themes that were made specifically for blogging. All right, so these are some of the ones we have here. So guys, if you want any theme from here, all you need to do is you can hover around the theme, and then you will see install or preview. Click on preview to preview the theme and see how it's going to look on your blog. Okay, so this is how this theme will probably look on our blog. So if you like what you see, you can click on install, but I'm going to click on this close button right there. All right, so guys, so this is it. Now the second way to find a theme for your blog is to actually go to third-party WordPress theme marketplaces like Theme Forest. So I'll be leaving the link to Theme Forest in the description of this video. So when you head over to Theme Forest, already you can see that there are over 50,000 WordPress themes and website templates available on Theme Forest. And here is a category on blogging. And guys, this is a marketplace, which means that the themes you have here are paid or premium themes. And this is really where you get professional looking themes for your blog or website, and whatever kind of website you want to build, whether it's a blog or an e-commerce website or a forum or even a school website, whatever kind of websites in any niche at all, you will definitely find a theme here. So I'm going to leave here because for this tutorial, I'm not actually going to be buying anything. I will be using a free theme in this tutorial, and there are quite a number of good themes that you can get for free, but not here. So I'm going to leave here. And the third place you can get a theme is by actually maybe visiting some developers' websites and getting the theme directly from their website. Okay, so There is a particular developer I loved using their theme, and I think I used their free theme for some time before I got a premium theme for my blog. And their name is Theme Bees. Alright, so I will head over to their website and check them out again. So here I'll click on Browse Themes. Okay, so these are some of the themes they have. They have this Orchid store for e-commerce websites, and this is Fascinate for blogging. It's for blogging, yeah. And I think I've used this the Fascinate blog free version on my websites, one of my websites before. And yes, I think this is the one I am looking for. So what I'll do here is actually I'm going to download this and I'll save it on my downloads folder and hit on save. Usually it comes as a zip file. So I'll go back to my blog. And guys, there are, I think the theme I just downloaded is also available on the WordPress directory, but I did that to show you two ways you can install a theme on your website. The first one is to choose the theme from the WordPress directory, and the name of that theme is Cream Blog, and this is it here. So I can actually maybe preview it and then install it if I like what I see. Or in this case, because I'm already sure that this is the theme I want to use, I can quickly click on install. The second way to install a theme on your blog is by uploading it, especially if you've already downloaded it from somewhere else, another source that is not the WordPress directory. So this will be useful if you actually maybe purchase a premium theme from a developer's website or from a third-party market place like Theme Forest. They will usually, give you the download link to the theme file, which usually comes as a zipped file. So the way to install the theme you got downloaded from other sources is to click on upload, and then you click on choose file, and then I think I saved it in my downloads folder. Yeah, so this is it. Click on the zip file and click on open, and then click on install now. So here you will see the progress. So all right, it says successfully installed the parent theme. Now I can either activate it from here or I'll return to the themes page. And guys, this is now all the installed themes I have on this website dashboard. And this is the Cream blog. This popular FX is still active because we've not yet activated the theme we just downloaded. So I'm going to click on activate right now. All right, so it says that this theme recommends the following plugin, ThemeBees Toolkit. All right, so I'll click on begin installing this plugin. And I'll click on install. All right, so I'll go back to my theme. Appearance themes. Okay, it says begin activating. Okay, I didn't activate the plugin, so I'm going to activate it. I'm going to activate it, then I'll return to the dashboard and go back to so guys, I think I uploaded this screen block theme, but it's the active one. This should be the pro version and this should be the light version. The pro version is to be paid for, while this one is a free version, and what I want is the free version, so I'm going to activate this. All right, so the free version is activated, and I'm going to do something. I'm going to delete this particular theme here by clicking on it and clicking on delete at the bottom right corner. Okay, so I purge all cache, and then I will visit our website again. Let me refresh this. All right, guys, it's still, I'm not sure if this is the current theme. I don't think it is, but I think the page is cached. So what I'm going to do right now is to delete the caching plugin. I'm going to go to plugins, installed plugins, and remove the caching plugin that came pre-installed with this. I will deactivate it. And guys, what caching normally does is to save all the files on your website inside your phone or PC memory, so that each time you visit a new website, the page will load faster because it's already stored on your device. So, but the downside to it is that when a change is made on the website you're visiting, most times your device will still load up the old cached or stored files that are already saved on your device. So it's actually important to have caching plugins in order to improve your website speed, but we are going to reinstall it later when we are done with designing our website, so that it doesn't interfere with the design. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to refresh this page. Now that we have installed a theme for our blog, and guys, there is something that we would have to do because we are using the free theme, and that is to set our homepage to show our blog posts, because the essence of a blogging website is to get your visitor to read as much content as possible. And the only way to do that is to make sure that your blog posts are not hidden, but very accessible even from the home page. So I'm going to click on, there are two ways to do this. Either I go to the settings or I click on customize. So I'm going to click on customize here. Now this is what our blog looks like, and I'm going to go to basic customization and then go to homepage settings, and then here that we have your homepage displays, I'm going to click on latest posts and then click on publish. So now this is what our blog looks like. So I'm going to go back. And guys, before we go ahead with designing our theme, I would want us to have some blog articles here, because since this is a blogging website, having some blog posts available on your blog is actually necessary so that you can see how the blog posts are arranged on your blog. I'm going to go close this customization panel, and I'm going to go over to add new blog posts. So I'll close this. Now guys, I'm going to quickly add some blog posts here. I don't have blogs posts pre-written, but I'll grab some dummy tests. So I go to blind dummy test generator. And yes, I'll take 500 words with 5 paragraphs. And I'll click on copy to clipboard, go back here, paste it. So this I'll write is the first blog post. Okay, so I'll add a feature image for it. I'll go back to documents, and then here we have feature image. I'm actually going to add a feature image, and I need some images, so I'll head over to Pixabay, which is a directory where you can get free, royalty-free images. And I will just grab some images. I will click on some of them and download. So I want images that are small in size. So I'm done downloading the images. I'm going to use one of these, upload these images to my media. I will select them all by holding the shift key down and clicking on them. Then I'll click on open. So that should upload all the images to my media library. So once it's done uploading, I'm going to choose one and set as my featured image, and then I'm going to publish. And guys, don't worry, I'm still going to give you a full tutorial on the things to do when you want to really publish a blog post. For now, this is just a dummy test that I want to create so that we can start designing our blog. Okay, so go back and then add another blog post. Okay guys, I'm done publishing about 5 blog posts, and I'm going to delete this hello world here. I'm just going to trash it. All right. So now we go back to customize, appearance and customize to start customizing our theme. So guys, this is what our blog looks like currently, but we are going to start customizing it to look better. I'm going to start with these homepage customizations and see what we have here. So I'll click on banner slider and click enable banner slider. And whatever customizations we are doing, any changes we make, we are going to preview it live here. So it's saying we should select some options. I'm going to choose uncategorized because I didn't really categorize these blog posts that I just created, and by default I think they should be on the in the all categorized category. Let me put 3 here. Alright, so I'm going to choose this particular slider and I'll hit on publish. I'm not sure why it's not reflecting yet. Alright guys, so I'm in the plugin section and I'm wondering why the changes are not working. The theme that came with pre-installed with this website, I've already deleted the theme, but I noticed it still has a plugin that came with it activated, so I'm going to deactivate it. And then I am going to delete it since I've already deleted the theme that came with it. So I'll head back to customizing the theme. Okay, so we have some broken stuff here. That error, I also deactivated this page layer plugin. You see, this is actually why I don't usually like some of these pre-installed plugins that you didn't even put there in the first place, because some of them you really might actually end up breaking something on your page. So I'm also going to delete this loginizer. It's a plugin that fights against hackers that want to break into your website, but I have a particular plugin I usually use that does the same work. So, but maybe I'll leave it for now. When we come to installing the essential plugins we need, we will be deactivating some of these and deleting them, and then uploading some of the ones that we are really going to use. So right now I'm going to go back to the appearance and customize. So this will open up our customization page, and currently that error has been fixed after I deleted the popular effects plugin and the page layer plugin. So currently this is what we have here, and back to homepage customizations and the banner slider. So I think it's okay for now. I'm going to go back, and then for blog posts, here we have our blog posts in this wide format. You can choose a layout for your blog posts from here, and this is another layout for our blog posts. You can also choose this one. And guys, why I love this theme is that even though it's a free theme, it gives you quite a lot of customization options. If you've tried other free themes, they don't really give you too many customization options. So for now, I think I'm going to choose this first list layout, and then I'll go back. For the home page sidebar, you can choose whether to have a sidebar on your home page, and if you do, you can choose whether you want the sidebar position to be on the left or right. But in this case, because this is our home page, I would not want a sidebar to have a sidebar on my homepage. I would rather want a full width layout. So now this is what we have as our home page right now. So I will go back, and then I think that is it. So I will go back, and then for the next option we have here is the basic customization, and this has a lot of other options under it. I'm going to go to site identity, and here we have the option of uploading our logo. I really don't have a logo designed, but I'm quickly going to do that now just for this tutorial. And I'm going to use Pixel free editor. I'll choose icon, great. Alright guys, but before we set our logo, I would first want to check out let me see, the header image. That's the image that should be there. So I'm going to click on this. So guys, this looks a little bit bland, and I'm going to put a dark overlay on this header and then re-upload it. So quickly, I've already done that, and I'm going to click on add new image and upload files. So I will quickly grab the header and the logo and import them. So I'll choose our new edited header and upload, and then I will crop it. So I'm not sure if I like this angle, so I'm going to click on add new image again, this, select and crop, and I'll actually pick that angle, crop it, and so I'll leave it at this for now, and I'll go back. Then no, I think, yeah, I will go back, and then back to site identity. I'm going to uncheck display site title and tagline, because Gloria's blog is actually my site title, and I also have the tagline there. I'm going to uncheck it, and then I will upload a logo. I have this one just quickly designed. It may not really be that professional, but it's just I'm just going to make do with it for this tutorial. So I'll crop it out, and there it is. So it's a little bit large, so I'm going to go there, change logo, click on it again and select. Then I will crop it again, crop image. Okay, so I'll leave it at that for now and go back. Then for background image, I'm not going to use an image for my page background, so I'm going to leave it at that. And then page settings, we've already gone here before and set our home page to show our latest blog posts, because this is actually a blog website. For additional CSS, this is where you go to add any additional code for people who like to play around with codes and some CSS. But for now, we are not using this, so I'll go back. And that is it for basic customization. I will go back again, and then we have advanced customization is the next one, and I'm going to click on it. And here there are quite a lot of options here. So let's start with the header. I will click on header and see what we have here. All right, we have the option of having this header as it is like this, or choosing another layout for our header. Okay guys, so this is the other option for us. And you have the option of actually disabling the header entirely. If you uncheck this, or enabling the sidebar toggle button. So the sidebar toggle button is actually this button here. All right, so we have the option of enabling it, enabling search button. So this is the search button right there. And then we also have the enable sticky menu bar. All right, so the sticky menu bar makes sure that even when you scroll down, the menu will still be visible on the page. So if it's something you want, then you can leave it at that. All right, so I am going to choose the other header layout. And guys, this is customization panel. This is a place where you play around with the design of your blog, and until you get what you like or you are comfortable with. Okay, so that's it for the header. Then for the footer, I am going to click on this. I'm sorry. For the footer, I'm going to click on this, and let's see how our footer is currently. We just have cream blog by theme base. So this is where you actually type the copyright stuff. So I'm going to grab some copyrights and paste this here. Okay, so this is copyright text, just some mumbo jumbo, and you can see it visible here. So I'll change the 2008 to, I just lifted it off from a website. So this particular credit, I think there's no way to disable it because we are still using the free version. So somehow we have to give them credit and attribute our blog design to them. If we eventually get the pro version of this theme, then this particular credit would not be there. So I'm going to go back, and for the archive page, I think the settings is okay. And then the search page, I think the settings is okay. For single posts, I am going to enable author section. All right, so let's check a particular blog post so that we'll be seeing the effect of our changes. All right, so this is how a single blog post on our page is going to look. And I'm going to enable author section, and I click on enable author section. Alright guys, so this is the author section here now, and you can see that I have my profile, the author profile pic, and the author's description, biography. And you also have the option of enabling related posts section, which I would encourage because this is a blog, and as much as possible when someone reads your blog to the end, you want them to also get options like this where they can also maybe check out other blog posts. So I would give it the title read also, and I want this related post section to just be two. So guys, this is it. I think it's okay like this. So that's it for post single. And for page single, let's head over to one of our a pre-made page here, and let's say the about page. So we have some mumbo jumbo here, and there is no feature image for, because guys, we've not actually done anything for pages, but actually I'm going to leave this setting as display featured image, and I'm going to go back. So if we create a page like this about page and we have a display picture, a feature image attached to it, what it will do is that it immediately after the title you will have an image around here before you get the body. Again, that the setting for the single page is okay. Then for post meta, let's go back to blog posts. And what this is actually, if you can see here, the author meta is this particular metadata that you have immediately after the post title, showing you the author, the published date, if there is any comment. So here we have it enabled the author meta, which is why my name is here. We have the date meta, which is why we have a date here. We have the post comments number meta, which is, as we can see, 0 comments. So we also have post categories meta. This particular page is uncategorized, and post tags meta, and this particular post doesn't have a tag, right? So, but I think that for this particular blog post, I'm going to disable the post tag meta, even though we don't have it here, but I'll disable it. And then I think the settings is okay for now. So I will go back. And then the next thing we have is the post excerpt. And this is just like the summary for a post. For instance, if we go back to the home page, so this here is what we have as the excerpt, a summary. You know, it's not actually a summary, but the first 25 words of your blog post is your excerpt. So this is where you determine the number of words you want to be shown here. For instance, if we make this to be 40, so you can see that the number has actually increased. Okay, so I think I would even leave it at 40. And then I will go back. That's it for post excerpt. Then for social links, okay guys, this is where you add your social links. So let's say I add one, that's the Facebook, my Facebook social link. So as you can see here at the footer, we already have a Facebook link at the footer, and that is because I have just added a link here. And for Twitter, so as you can also see, there is another Twitter link. So guys, this is where you add the link to your social media profiles for your blog or your business. So I can do the same for all of them. Okay, guys, this actually doesn't mean that you must have all those social accounts in all these social platforms, but whichever one you have, maybe 2 or 3, you can always add them here. So that's it for social, and I will go back. And then here we have breadcrumb. Actually, what we call breadcrumb is, let me open up a post. So guys, here we have this thing right here that points you, is like a path. Okay, it's like a path on a computer. So it points you to the current page you are in and links it back to the root. So here we have the root, which is the home page, and this is a category, and then this is the blog post. So it's like a path, but in WordPress, I don't know why, who gave it that name, but it's called breadcrumb. So you can decide to enable it or disable it. So if I uncheck that, you can see it's no longer there. So guys, it's a matter of choice whether you want to enable or disable it, but I will leave it on. So I'll go back, and then for image, all right, I'm going to allow this, I'm going to leave it checked, the enable image lazy load. What this does is that it improves the load time of images. You know, most times um, large images can weigh down the speed of a website. And what lazy load does is that if a visitor visits a particular page with images, the image doesn't get loaded until the visitor scrolls down to where the image is positioned. For instance, if I have an image down this website, this page doesn't load it until I actually scroll to the position where the image is. So it is okay for speed optimization, and I'm going to leave it checked. And then for miscellaneous, sticky sidebar. So guys, a sticky sidebar means that even when I scroll down, it's just stuck there. But I don't want that. In your case, you may like it, but I'm going to uncheck the sticky sidebar. So right now, as I scroll down, the sidebar is no longer sticky. So that is it for advanced customizations. So I'm going to go back, and guys, the next thing we have here is the menus. And of course, you know that the menu are these particular links you have here. Okay, so here I'm going to show you how to create a menu and arrange it on your blog. So right now I'm going to click on menus, and I will click on create new menu, and I'm going to name this menu main. This will be our main menu. So this main menu, I'm going to make it the primary menu, which means our website is going to recognize it as the most important menu here, and it should be visible here. So when I check it's the primary menu box, I'm going to click on next. And then now we are going to start adding the pages that we want to appear on our menu. As you can see, because I just created a new menu as our primary menu. I didn't spell this right. Because we created a new menu as our primary menu and we haven't added anything to it, that is why this whole place is blank. So I'll start adding our menu, and I can add custom links to our menu. I can add pages to our menu. I can add posts to our menu. I can even add categories and tags. So for pages, I am going to click on add. I'm quickly going to check out the pages that we have here. And this is the about page. I'm going to click on edit just to check it out. So we have some classic mumbo jumbo here. I will select it all and delete. Okay. So it's in the classic mode. I'm going to convert it to blocks to make it be in the Gutenberg format. And I'll grab some dummy text here. And paste it here. All right, so I can make the first letter to be a drop cap, and I'm sorry, that the first letter in the first paragraph, make it to have a drop cap. Then I will add a feature image here. So I will update this. And then I go back to pages. So I will, for the contact page, let me see what they have there. So this is another classic mumbo jumbo. I will delete it all, convert this to blocks, and then paste. And actually, for the contact us page, I should just probably have one paragraph. So I'm going to delete the rest. This is because a contact us is supposed to actually have less text and more of a contact us form, more of a form. But for now, I am not going to be adding the form. So let's just say some 50 words with just all right. So I'm going to update. By the time we go to start setting up plugins, we will have a plugin to add a form to our contacts page so that people can be able to send us an email inquiry through the contact page. So I've already set up the about and contacts. We are not running an e-commerce store, so we don't need the products page. It came by default with the theme that came pre-installed with our WordPress installation. So I'm also going to delete the sample page. All right, so I think we're good. I'm going to go back to our menu and I'm going to click on add items, and I will be adding about. So this is the about page. I got to it by searching for it, but I actually I don't know why this is happening, but once I click on pages, I should have a list of all the pages on my blog here. But since it's not here, I'm going to search for it about. So I'm going to click on the plus button here. Now we have an about page, and then I will also search for contacts. So I will add contacts, and I think this is it for now. I'm going to close this. Now I want to do something, guys. We cannot actually add blog here because our home page is already like our blog page. But what we can do is actually to add categories. For instance, okay, let me create some categories for now. I will head over to pages, click on posts, categories. For now, we have just one category. So let's say this is a personal blog and I want to blog about some of my interests. And let's say I have an interest in web design and I'll be sharing blogs on web design. So I'll just click on, I'll create a category for it. And then I'll create another category on blogging where I'll be sharing blogging tips. And then I'll add the category. And let's say I am also interested in productivity tools. So I will also add the category. So let's say I have 3 categories on my blog. Now what I can do is to add the categories on my, to add categories as part of my menu. We can click on this and search for web design. So here it is. I'm going to click on that plus icon and I can also search for blogging and add it also. And I can also search for productivity. So here it is. I will also add it. All right, so now I'm done with this. So as we can see, it is not well arranged. So the next thing I'm going to do is to rearrange it. I will want web design, or I want blogging to come first, followed by web design, and no, followed by web design, and then productivity tools, and then about us, and then contact. All right, so this is it right there. For this, if we want to have the home as our home menu, because we already have our home page as our blog page, we're going to create a home menu is a little bit tricky. So what I will do is that this is my menu, the main menu. I'll add the home page as a custom link, and by that I will be adding the link to my website. And the link text I will type as home, so that whenever anyone clicks on it, it will simply take that person to my home page. Right, so here it is. I'm going to rearrange it and drag it to the first place. Okay, so guys, this is it. And just in case maybe you want to create a sub menu. By sub menu I mean that maybe you, when you hover around a menu, there will be a drop down of another menu under it. To do that, all you need to do is to drag the menu and move it by the side of the menu you want to create it under it. For instance, if I want the contact us page to be under the about menu, I'm going to click and then drag it to the side a bit and release it. As you can see, the alignment is a little bit by the side. And now if you look at the about menu, you will see a drop down arrow, so that when I hover around it, you can see, guys, that we have the contact menu under the about menu. So that is how to do it. Now I'm going to go back, and I think that is it for setting up menus in WordPress. And then as far as widgets are concerned, for now, let's see what we have here. Now we can add widgets to our sidebar and our footer and off canvas sidebar. So from the sidebar, we have the search widgets here. We also have recent posts and we have recent comments. So I want to remove the recent comments. I'll be clicking on it and click on remove. Also, I want to remove the search bar, which is right there. So I'll remove it. Now we have just the recent posts, and we can add other widgets to our sidebar. So here are all the other widgets we have. We have calendar, we have image, and we have quite a number of things here. And guys, one of the things about this is the default widgets we have. If we upload some plugins, like social plugins and stuff like that, some of these plugins also come with their own widgets and they will appear here. But for now, there's nothing here that I would want to add to my sidebar, so I'll just close it and allow just recent posts to be there. For the footer, there are no widgets on our footer, and for now I'm going to leave it like that. Then for the off canvas sidebar, we have the archives, categories, and meta. I'm not sure where this off canvas sidebar is. All right, so that is it about widgets. Now let's publish to save all these changes we've made on our website. And then I'm going to close the customization panel. Okay, next I'm going to start uploading some essential plugins, and I'm going to go to plugins and click on installed plugins. So here we have some already pre-installed plugins that came with this installation, and some of them we do not need them. Something like this Hello Dolly that is always there with every WordPress installation. I am so going to delete it because I have never used it for once. I don't even know what it does. And then I will delete this page layer plugin. Then this loginizer, I will also delete it. It actually protects your websites from unauthorized login attempts from hackers that may want to log into your website. But I already have plugins that I use for it, so I'm going to delete this one. All right, so guys, then I will. This is a caching plugin. I have another one, but this one is quite good, so I will leave it. And then, guys, this is very, very essential. This particular plugin, it came pre-installed, but it wasn't activated. So I'm going to activate it right now. What it does is to prevent people from spamming your comment section with spam comments. I'm actually going to go back to plugins. Okay, it's already activated. And I'm also going to activate the W3 total cache. I use this, or the one they also call WP fastest cache. But since this one is already here, we will make do with it. It's also good. And it is really important for speed optimization, because this will definitely also help your blog, your website to load really fast. So now we are going to start installing some really essential plugins. The first one I'm going to install is WordFence for security. So this is the WordFence security plugin, and I'm going to click on install. Then search for, I'm not going to activate it yet because once we activate it will take us back to the install plugins page. I'm going to first of all search for all the plugins I need and install them. And when we are back at the installed plugins page, we will start activating them. So the next one is another plugin that is good for backing up your website. It's always really, really important to have a backup of your website. So this plugin of Draft Plus will help you back up your website on a weekly basis and depending on how you set it up. All right, so this means that in any case, if your website gets broken or hacked into or has any technical challenge at all, you can easily restore it using the backup you have. Okay, so the next plugin I'm going to install is an SEO plugin. This is a plugin that will help you to optimize your website for search engines. So we have two major SEO plugins that I've used. When I really started using WordPress, Yoast SEO was the most popular, and it has both paid and free version. The free version was good also, but then RankMath came and offered some really cool features that the Yoast SEO was, offering in its premium version. So right now I prefer to use RankMath over Yoast because it's free and really has really great features. So the next plugin I will be uploading is a contact form plugin that we'll use for our contact form page. And we have contact form 7, which is one of the most popular contact forms. But there's another one called WP form. So this is it, contact form by WP Forms. I'm going to install it. And then another plugin I will install is social sharing plugins. What this plugin will do is to make sure that on each of your blog posts, you will give your visitors the opportunity to share your blog on their social networks. So there are so many social sharing plugins, and I think maybe we should just choose. So I'll just install this one. And guys, there's this particular plugin I love to use, Jetpack. It's more of a really comprehensive plugin for security, Google Analytics, SEO, even some social. It comes with a lot of functionality, and I am going to install it also. And then I will install a particular plugin called Header Footer. What this plugin does is that sometimes you would need to reach the code on the head section of your website, and the easiest way to do that is using the header footer plugin in order to add some HTML codes to the head section of your website. So this is the plugin here. So I'm going to install it. And guys, I think that is all for now. I'm going to close this notification. Now let's go back to installed plugins and start activating our plugins. So I'll start by activating the WP forms. I will actually activate them in bulk. So I will check the boxes of all the plugins I want to activate. And then I will click on activate and apply. So guys, I think it's all done. It automatically is taking me to a particular page, but I'm going to go back to plugins, and I am going to, let me skip this. And this Updraft Plus is really, all right, so all our plugins are activated. So now there are a lot of things to set up. Let's start with our contact form, which is the WP forms. So I'll click on WP form and all forms. All right, so we'll create our form. So what I need is just a simple contact form, and I'll click on it. Okay, so this is okay for our contact form with the name, email address, and the message. So I am going to save it. And then I will grab this embed code right there. And I will click on use a short code. So this is the short code. I'm going to copy this code here and then go back to our forms. So pages, all pages, and contacts, click on edit. So this is it here. I will add a new block and I'm going to click here, add block, and I'm going to choose search for short code. So this is the short code block. So here we have the short code block. I'm going to paste the short code I just copied and update. So guys, if we now preview this page, let me click on preview, and yes, on a desktop, preview it on in a new tab. Okay, so guys, now we have a contact page that has an actual form on it. Okay, so we go back and close this. The next plugin we're going to set up is the social sharing plugin, and this is it, ultimate social media icons. I'm going to click on it. So guys, you can see that the additional plugins we installed has made the menus or options we have on the menu on the left panel to increase. So now this is the ultimate social media icons. So it's here, it's saying what do you want to show on your site. I want to show remove RSS, remove email, and I'll leave Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn. So these are the social networks that you want people to share your posts on. So it's your choice what you want. And maybe I'll remove YouTube. And that, guys, I think that is it. Now it's saying what do we want these icons to do. For Facebook, like and share my blog. Twitter, tweet about my blog. Where shall they be displayed? After my blog posts. Okay, so I'll leave it responsive so that it will still look good both on mobile and desktop computers. So design options, this is where you customize the design. I'm going to leave it at that and then click on save. All right, so let's check a blog post and see. So this is a blog post, and guys, you can see that we have the Facebook, Twitter, and follow us. I'm not sure if this is what I actually customized. So let's go back and see. I know I have all these checked. So guys, I don't have time to start reading all this. You know, I think this particular social plugin is really not very organized. There's a lot of confusing stuff here. But for now, I'm going to leave it at that. This is what it looks like. So you get the idea what social sharing plugins can do. And I'm sure you've seen this in some websites. So there are really so many social plugins to choose from, but I'm not going to change this. You can on your own delete this plugin and search for another simpler social plugin. So the next plugin we're going to customize is the security plugin, which is WordPress. I'm going to go to the WordPress dashboard right now. Then I'm going to click on resume installation. So you can send where the input the email address you want WordPress to send alerts to. So it's that if there is any security challenge, you will be notified via email. And for now, I'm not going to go for premium. The free version is good enough for now. So I'll click no thanks. And that is it, guys. We've set up what security for our website. And then the next one we are going to set up, which is really, really important, is the SEO plugin. So we're going to set up the SEO plugin, which is RankMath. And I'm going to click on RankMath right now. You can connect your account, which is I suggest you do in order to get the full benefits of this particular plugin. Maybe we'll do that later if it's still necessary. Okay. All right. So guys, this is where we are going to set up our website for search engines and for search engine optimization. So here we have the first step. So by default, we have the advanced option checked. So I'm going to leave it at that. It gives us leverage to have some level of control over the SEO optimizations on our website. So I'll click on Start Wizard. And then here we're going to describe our blog. My blog is personal blog. You have the option of choosing if it's a small business website and community websites and stuff like that. So if I have an image that I want to use as my default social image, I can upload that. But for now, I'll leave it blank and save and continue. All right, so here is the really important one. So here we are asked to connect this plugin to our Google Search Console, the account you use to register your website with Google search engine so that your website can start appearing on search engine results. So I'll click on Connect RankMath account. Wow, the page is still, I think it's a temporary problem. So I will just leave it for now. It's unfortunate that this is actually happening right now, but it's still not a problem. Maybe later we'll fix it. Okay, so for sitemaps are kind of stuff that you submit to search engines so that they can be able to read and crawl your website to be able to index it so that it will start appearing in search engine results. So here on the sitemap, we want our images, posts, and categories, everything to appear on search engine results. So I'm going to save and continue. Now for optimization, I'm going to leave these settings as it is. and save and continue. All right, so we are ready. We are actually ready. So I'm going to return to the dashboard, but let me check out the setup advanced options that they have here. Okay, that is if you want to assign roles to someone, but for now this is a personal blog and I'm the only administrator, so I'm going to skip this step. For monitor, and redirection, so I'm going to actually skip all this and return to dashboard. For now, we already have the basic search engine optimization set up for our blog. So to see RankMath in action, I'm going to actually create a new post. So in this post, I'm actually going to target a particular keyword to rank it on search engines. So let's say the keyword I want to target is web design software. So I'm going to write all right, so and for my blog posts, I'll grab some dummy text, but I won't leave it at that. I will, let's say my text is like 500 words with 5 paragraphs. So I will copy this and paste it here. So guys, this is what we have here. Now, when we go to our documents, actually you will see something here. This red mark we have showing us 3/100 is actually the RankMath SEO plugin. So when we click on it, we're going to see everything we need to do for our website to be well optimized to appear in search engines. So here we have a preview of what our website will look on a search engine result. This is our title and the description. So here is really important, the focus keyword. So this is where you input the keyword you really want to rank for on search engines. And since I'm trying to rank for web design software, I'm going to click web design software. So when I input web design software here, it's red, which means that my blog post is not well optimized for search engines. So in the basic SEO analysis, it says, yes, I'm using the focus keyword in the SEO title. That's a green sign showing that that is good. So my focus keyword is in my title. Now it's telling me that my focus keyword is not in my meta description. It is also not in my URL. Then it doesn't appear at the beginning of my content. So let's say my focus keyword is good SEO practice to have your focus keyword in the first paragraph of your blog post. So let's say the focus keyword appears here. Okay, so now we have it on the first page of on the first paragraph of our blog post. And yes, the focus keyword now appears in the first 10% of the content. It has turned green. Then it's found in the content because it's the first one found in the content is also green. And then it's also in the SEO meta description. So guys, you know that the description that was extracted for the Google preview is actually the first maybe 20 words of the body of our blog post. So it will take it from the first paragraph. So because our keyword appears among the first words in our first paragraph, is able to be incorporated within the meta description. However, we can edit the meta description by clicking on edit snippet. And this is where we can decide to, if we want to have another thing altogether, another sentence altogether. So I can say this is my SEO meta description to rank well on search engines for web design software keyword. This is just for tutorial purposes. All right, so as you can see, when we are imputing our description, we have a word limit of 160 characters, and I've used 131, which is still okay. And then here we have what we want as our title. Instead of the ultimate guide to choosing the perfect web design software, we can actually have a different title altogether. So here we have a different title. And then for our permalink, we are going to have, of course, our blog URL. Slash, and then our permalink would have the keyword that we are actually targeting. All right, so this is it right now, and I'm actually going to close this now. So guys, as you can see, our focus keyword has turned from red to green, which means we are coming up. All right, so now the focus keyword has been used in our URL, and as you can see, the preview of how our blog post will come up on Google, we have a different title, different from what we actually have on our blog post, and we have a different meta description, different from what we also have on our blog post. And the essence of this is that most times what you have in the first paragraph of your blog post might just be an introductory stuff, and the essence of changing it is so that, because this is one that the visitors will see, you need to be able to write some really important thing that will attract them to actually click through and visit your blog. So sometimes it's necessary to actually change the meta description and sometimes the title also. All right, so now we have our basic SEO all good, except this one that says our content is only 503 words long. We should consider using at least 600 words. So these days we need to have a blog post that is at least 600 words in order to be considered good for SEO. So I'm going to copy one more paragraph and paste it within our blog post. And now we have more than 600 words. So it's not yet green, but it's manageable. What it's trying to show us is that it wants us to actually have a longer form content. But I'm going to leave it at that. You can write up to 1,500, 2,000 words blog posts. Now for additional, our basic SEO is all good right now. For additional SEO, now we need our focus. We need to have subheadings, and those subheadings need to have at least one of the subheadings need to have our keyword on it. So I will create, let's say this is my introduction. I will create a subheading here by clicking on add a new block. I will click on heading. I'll click on add a new block. So this is a new block and it's H2 heading. So I'll say this is heading 2. This is heading for web design software. All right, so now our score has gone from 58 over 100 to 61. And yes, now in additional errors, we now have focus keyword in the subheading. Now it's encouraging us to have an image with our focus keyword as the alt text. And alt text is actually what the search engines use to read an image, because a search engine bot cannot understand what an image is about except you put an alt text there. So I'm going to add another block directly below the heading. And right now I'm going to search for the image block, and I'll click on image. So I will upload. I'm not actually uploading. I will choose from media library. So I'm going to choose this image, and here is the alt text option. I'm going to write web design software here so that our search engines can see this focus keyword and understand that it is still related to our blog topic. So now we have an image within our blog posts. And another suggestion it has for us is that our focus keyword only appears 2 times, which is at the first paragraph and as a heading, and it's too low. Okay, so that means we need to somehow get our focus keyword to appear at other random places within our blog posts. So I've done the third one in this paragraph. I will also add it here. And then I'll add it here within. Okay, so it has turned from red to this, and I think it's appeared up to 4 times. Yeah. Okay, so I think maybe somewhere we'll add again. All right, so that is it for now. Now, another suggestion it has for us is that we should link to external resources. So let's to add a link to this to link out to an external resource. I'm going to maybe you highlight the text you want to use to link out to an external resource and click on this add link, then add the link you want to, the URL of the external resource you want to link out to. In this case, I'm using google.com, and I'm going to click on this option first and click on open new tab so that whenever someone clicks on it, the page doesn't load on the same page that the visitor is in. It will actually open a new tab for it. So I will enter, and that is it. So now we have the linking out to external resources turned green, and then it also advises that we link to internal pages that are already in our blog. And I have about 5 blog posts here, so I'm going to link out to one of it. So I'll click on link, and I'm going to search for it. Let's see, I think one of them has. So I'm going to link to, here is the third blog post, and I'll also make it open in a new tab and then enter. All right, so guys, all the additional stuff is all good. And now we have title readability. Of course, this is where title optimization comes in. It's saying that there are things we call positive or negative sentiment word, you know, something like great, right? So let's say from instead of ultimate, I use great. I think great should be a positive word, or I think the title should be the title here. Every great thing you need to know. So yeah, let me close it and see if great is a positive word. All right, so now our title has a positive sentiment word, and great is also a power word. So actually they believe that there are certain words that you include in your title that makes the title to move someone to want to click on it. So that is it. And it's saying that our title doesn't contain a number. This is actually optional, but they believe that when titles have a number, it makes people to want to click on it. So for instance, for this particular title, when I edit the snippet, I can say 11 great, or let's say 10 great things you need to know. So I think it's okay now. So now for title readability, I have number is all turned green. And then for content readability, it's saying I should use table of contents to break down text. And that one of my paragraph is too long. And that's okay, this is actually okay. So the two errors I have here is table of contents, adding a table of contents, and that one of my paragraphs is too long. So for the table of contents to be done, we need to install a plugin that will allow us to have table of contents on our website, but we don't have that plugin yet. So I'm going to just leave it. For now, we have 80 over 100. So our SEO score is 80 over 100, which is actually good if you ask me. And then it's saying one of our paragraphs is too long. Let me find it. I think this is the paragraph that is too long. I'm going to break it down into another paragraph. All right, so now I think, let me break it down again. There's another paragraph that is also long. Okay, now I am using short paragraphs, which is more advisable. And now my SEO rank is 83 over 100, which is good. As much as possible, try to go for SEO rank that is above 80. Okay, so now I'm going to hit on publish. All right, so this is the major options here, and I'm going to click on publish. Now, before we publish, we should actually add tags and create a category. So I'm going to cancel this. Now, when we should go back to documents, and here in documents, we're going to assign a category to this. And since we are targeting web design software, I'm going to make it to be in the web design category. And then I'm going to add tags. So the tags that I want to target is web design. And I'll use comma to separate it. And I also target web design software, and I'll target software. All right, I will leave it at that for now. And then I'll add a feature image for our blog. I think I've used this image repeatedly. So let me see if I'll upload another image. So for the feature image, you can do well to also type the keyword on it as the alt text. So now this is it. Here, we can decide to publish this post immediately, or we can schedule it by choosing another date, maybe tomorrow or stuff like that. But for now, I want to publish immediately. So I'm going to go back, and then I'm going to click on publish. And actually, once you try to schedule, there's no way to go back to publish immediately except you choose the same day and a time that has already gone. Okay. All right. So this is actually 4 a.m. in the morning. So this is 2:39 a.m. That means if I hit publish, it should be able to publish immediately. All right, so it says our blog is now live, and let's view the post and see what it looks like. Okay, so guys, so this is our blog post here, and these are blog posts. Move this. So guys, that is how to publish a blog post that is SEO rich. And as a blogger, this is something that you will actually be doing often. So that is it, guys. I hope this helps. Okay, guys, I have a comment notification here. I'm not sure where the comment is coming from. So let me check it out. All right, it's just a ping back because we linked to a particular blog within our blog. So that is why we are having a ping back. All right, so I'm just going to trash it. All right, so guys, I think I've basically covered most of the things. The other important thing that is really necessary is actually connecting your website to your Google Search Console account so that Google can be able to have your website verified, and then you will be able to get your website on search engines. And I'm going to see if RankMath will help us to do that. It should be able to help us to do that, to simplify the process. All right, so I am going to try again to see if this particular link is working now. Okay, guys, it's still not working. Okay, let's try one other plugin. So I will try to upload a plugin called Monster Insights, and I will see if we can use that to set up our Google Search Console account. So we have Monster Insights. It's actually not really an SEO plugin. Monster. It's more of like a Google Analytics plugin. So this is it, Monster Insights. I'm going to install it now. And activate it. Okay, there's a JavaScript code issue. Let's see how we can resolve it. Okay, so one of the suggestions is that we should try clearing the cache. So I'm going to purge all caches. All right, so now that we've purged all the caches, the Monster Insights plugin is now loading properly. And here we are going to launch the wizard to set up our Google Analytics in WordPress. So I'm going to launch the wizard. Now it's asking me which category best describes my website. I'm going to use publisher because it's a personal blog, and I'm going to save it. All right. So I'm going to click on Connect Monster Insights. So it's going to ask me to choose the account that I have with Google. So I'll choose the one I have. And so now it wants to access my Google account. So I will be clicking on allow. All right, so these are some of the websites I have on my Google account already. So it is saying that we should pick a profile here. Actually, but the website is not here yet because we have not created a Google Search Console account for it. So what will happen is that we're going to head back to, let me see the link. So here I would think is this. Welcome to Google Search Console. I think that is it. All right, so here is the Google Search Console login. So we have two ways of adding our properties. So we have the option of adding the domain property. And if we add the domain, this will require DNS verification. It means that it will require us to go back to our web hosting account, go back to our cPanel and start changing domain name servers. That will be a little bit more technical for you. So I would advise that you choose the URL prefix, and this one allows multiple verification methods. So I'm going to enter the URL, HTTPS. Make sure you use this HTTPS. So enter HTTPS. Okay, so guys, so it's saying that this is the recommended verification method and that we should upload this HTML file to our website. And guys, the truth of the matter is that this particular one also will require that we go back to our web hosting account, to the cPanel, and upload this to our website from our cPanel. We can't do this from our dashboard. Okay, so and that is why I usually recommend that you get a web hosting company that has good customer support, because you could actually copy this file, send an email to your web hosting customer support and tell them, hello, can you please upload this to help me verify my website on Google Search Console, and they will do it for you. Okay, so since I don't want to go all through that on this tutorial, I'm going to use something that I can do on my WordPress dashboard, and that is by getting the HTML tag. And to do that, I'm going to click on this and copy this meta tag here. So once it's copied, I'll go back to our website. So I'm going to go back to dashboard. And there is a particular plugin that we installed on our website, and I was telling you that sometimes there is a need to insert some code on our HTML, on a HTML code or any kind of code, whether JavaScript or CSS, to the head section of our website. And to make it easy for us, instead of going to the trying to tamper with the code of this website, we need that plugin to help us to automatically install that code to the head section of our website. So I'm going to go to, I think it's already activated, so I'm going to look for it. Now it is under settings, header and footer. I'm going to click on it. So now it's open. Now this is the head page section injection, and I'm going to insert the code we got from our Google Search Console verification page, and I'm going to paste that code here. So I will save this now. All right, so once it is saved, I will head over to the Search Console. Now I will now click on verify. All right, so now you can see that the ownership has been verified. All right, guys, so I'm going to click on done. So I'm going to go back to my Search Console. Sorry, guys, sometimes these things can really get very tasking, but once it's done, it's done. Let me head over to property. All right, so this is my Search Console property on Google, and the property is here. Okay, guys, I think the reason this is happening is because we have not connected our Google Search Console to our Google Analytics. Sorry, guys, this is a little bit technical, but it's something you really have to do if you want to, you know, your website to appear on search engines. So I'm going to type Google Analytics, sign in. So now I will check if my new property, which is my website, is here, and it's not, which is actually why Monster Insight is not detecting it. So here we are at the Google Analytics home, and what we'll do is to click on admin here with the settings icon. So when you click on it, it brings us to this page. So we're going to click on add create property. So we're not going to give our property, which is our website, a name. Most likely you should use the name of your website. And you can choose a time zone here. Currency, I will prefer to use United States if found. Right here, the US is US. We'll choose the US dollar. And then click on advanced options and make sure you check this create a universal analytics property. Turn it on here and then enter your website URL. In this case, there's no need to enter the HTTPS protocol anymore. So I'll just enter the domain name, which is right. So you're going to choose this particular option, create a universal analytics property only. All right. So choose this particular option and click on next. Now here it's asking us to say something about our business. So we are going to select our industry category. And this is a personal blog, so I'm not really sure what to choose here. So maybe I will just choose order. Then business size 1 to 10 employees, because it's a personal blog. And then how do we intend to use Google Analytics with our business? Measure customer engagement, yes. Optimize site and experience, yes. Measure data across multiple devices, yes. Optimize advertising costs, not really. I'm not sure we'll be running ads on this website. If you're going to be running ads on your website, maybe if you're selling stuff and you want to run ads on your website, you might want to check this option. Increase conversions. Also, if you're running an e-commerce store or you're selling anything, you would want to also check this option. In my case, it's just a personal blog and I am not selling anything. So measure content monetization. My content is not yet monetized. We don't have AdSense running on it, so I'm going to also leave this. Analyze my online sales. Also, I'm not selling anything. Measure app installs. I don't have any app as a product that I'm checking on how many people are installing it. Measure lead generation. I might want to check this because further in your blogging journey, you would have to incorporate an email form to collect leads or people's email addresses on your blog. So I'm going to check that and then click on create. So here it's saying success, which means that it is successful. So I'm going to go back to our website and I'm going to rerun the launch wizard to connect my website to my Google Analytics account using Monster Insights. To do that, I'm going to click on Connect Monster Insights. I'll choose the email address that has the Google Analytics account, which has my website as a property there. So I'm going to choose that email address. And I will click on Allow. So Monster Insights is going to read my Google Analytics account and then pick out the properties I have there. So I'm going to click on this box, and here are all the properties I have on my Google Analytics account. I will choose the property here, and then I'll click on complete connection. So guys, right now we've connected our website to our Google Analytics account using Monster Insights, and it is successful. So here we are now connected to Monster Insights, and we can now view reports. Alright, so guys, right now our website has no visitors yet. Let's see page views. We have no page views yet also. Alright, so let's maybe visit our website and then see what if the Google Analytics will be able to capture it. So guys, there is actually an error message here. It says tracking is disabled for administrators. So I'm still logged into my WordPress dashboard, and what it means is that since I'm still logged in, it can detect that I'm the owner of this website. I'm actually the administrator. So the visits I do on my website will not be counted as a page view because they believe that is me actually on my website. So I will want to use my cell phone and access this website and then see what happens. Alright, so guys, I'm seeing my website on my mobile phone, and honestly guys, this is really beautiful. I think we've done a really great job. The website is really looking very clean and professional. You should be able to recreate something like this for yourself. All right, so let's go back to our website and then view our reports. Let me refresh this page. Go to page views. All right, so it actually takes a little bit of time before the page view will be acknowledged. So it's the fact that it hasn't yet recognized it should not bother us very much. Okay guys, so another really important thing we need to check and make sure we do, and then we are done in terms of making sure that our website is crawled and indexed by Google, is to make sure that we submit our sitemap to Google. So I'm going to go to RankMath and check if our sitemap, check our sitemap settings. Right, so guys, so this is our sitemap URL, and when we click on this, we are going to see the current sitemap on this website. So this is our sitemap. We have the post sitemap, the page sitemap, and the category sitemap. So I am to make sure that this Google has this sitemap to be able to crawl this website. We're going to click on actually copy this URL. And then we're going to go back to Google Search Console, and where we have sitemaps, inside the Google Search Console, we click on sitemaps, and then we enter the sitemap URL. Already we have the https/ the domain name.com/. So all we need to do when we paste this, we need to delete these ones because it's automatically there. So we delete this and then leave sitemap index.xml, and then we submit this. And guys, once you submit this, Google will get to work and begin to crawl all the posts, pages that you have on your website. I don't want to submit this yet because what I have on my website is actually mumbo jumbo, is full of dummy text. So, but once you hit the submit button, let me do it because for the sake of this tutorial. So it says sitemap submitted successfully. Google will periodically process it and look for changes. You'll be notified if anything goes wrong in the future. So from time to time, Google will keep crawling my website, maybe every day, to see if I've posted fresh content, and then make sure that that content is crawled and indexed so that it will be able to appear on search engine results. And guys, what this means is that this is a once in a long time process that once you've successfully done, you don't need to keep submitting sitemaps anymore for every fresh blog post you publish on your blog. All right, so I'm going to click on got it. All right, so here we have our sitemap and it's saying that it is successful. So let me click on this and see if there is any way to actually remove this, because I really don't want Google to start indexing this website. So here I can remove the sitemap. All right, I've removed it. And this is because I really don't want Google to start indexing this website because it's full of dummy text. I don't want the mumbo jumbo dummy text to start appearing on search engine results for any reason. All right, so guys, this is it about search engine optimization and making sure that your website is discoverable on search engine results. This is very important, a very important step. It's a pain in the ass, but it is worth it. Actually, be patient enough to do it and follow the guide in this tutorial and you'll be good to go. Right, so for all that, I'm going to click on save changes. All right guys, so I think we have covered enough on this tutorial on how to create a blog. Let us visit our blog and check out how it looks currently. All right guys, so this is our blog currently, and this is the blog homepage full of our blog articles. And honestly, I think this is really cool. If you don't like the pink color and you want to do something about it, you can still go back to customize. Go to, I think, basic customization, colors. Okay, so click on colors, and from the theme color, this is where you choose any color you would want it to be. Instead of the pink, maybe you want blue color, so it will turn to blue. But what I actually want to do is to get this red color on this header, and then change it to the red color. So to get the exact red color, I'm going to use a Chrome extension I have here called the color pick eyedropper. So I will click on the color pick eyedropper extension. What this does for me is that it will actually, anywhere I hover this, I can actually pick the color of any image on the screen right now. For instance, here we have this light brown color with the hex code and RGB code. So here we have a light blue color, but I will escape it and then pick it up again. Okay, this is it also. So I will click on the color picker eyedropper, and I will choose this color right here. Yeah, I'll copy the hex code and escape to close it. Then I'll come back to theme color and I will paste that color there. This is just to make sure that the colors on my blog rhyme together. I will now click on select color and also change the content link color to this and select it so that every link on my website will also have the same color. So now you can see that our social media links have changed to red also. So I'm going to click on publish. And then we're going to view our website again. I'm going to refresh this page so that we see the changes we've made color-wise. And this is it, guys. I think that we have done a really beautiful work here. All right, guys. So congratulations, guys. You have really tried, and this is awesome. I will leave a link to all the resources I mentioned in this tutorial that I used in creating this blog, from the web hosting we use to this particular theme, to also other third-party theme marketplaces, and some other maybe resources where we got these images from, the websites we got these images from, and maybe also the image editing software that I used to create this simple logo here. All right, so that is it, guys. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this really long tutorial. I believe it's worth your time. And subscribe to my YouTube channel for more tutorials, more tips on everything related to blogging or web designing. So guys, thanks a lot for watching.